So in today's session, we will be doing the chapter on models of performance improvement or models of performance evaluation in your quality control management textbook. You can mention the page number in the chat box. I don't have the textbook with me. So the first performance improvement model is the Sheward cycle or the PDCA cycle. So, or it's also called as Deming cycle. Okay. PDCA cycle or Deming cycle or Sheward cycle. Okay, in exam questions may come from based on the names of this cycle, so don't get confused. Okay, all these three cycles are the same thing. So this plan, do, check, act cycle, it is a four-step model for carrying out change. Okay, just like a cycle has no end, the PDCA cycle will also be repeated again and again. Okay, for continuous improvement. Continuous improvement also does not have any end. As soon as you have realized you have accomplished a goal, you will look out for more goals, more things to improve. That is continuous improvement. Okay, so that's the reason why this is a cycle. Okay, it does not have a start, does not have an end. It is a continuous process. Okay, so when do you have to use the PDCA cycle? When you are starting a new improvement project, when you're developing a new, or you want to improve the existing design of a process, product, or service. You just want to improve it. That time also you can use it. Okay, defining a repetitive work process. Okay, planning data collection or analysis, implementing any change, working towards continuous improvement. In these all areas, you will be using the PDCA cycle. So it has four aspects: plan, do, check, act. So in the plan aspect, recognize an opportunity and plan a change. See an opportunity where change can be done. That becomes the planning. You will plan everything around it. Okay. How do you want to see this change happening? In the do test, test the change. Okay. Carry out a small scale study. Okay. And in do a pilot study. See whatever you have planned in the first step, whatever is written, documented, put that into implementation in the do stage. Okay. In the check stage, review the test, analyze the results, and identify what you have learned. Okay. That comes under the check stage. You have to, whatever you have implemented in the do stage, whatever actions you have taken, now you have to sit back and see if the actions are giving you good results or not. So that comes in the check state. Okay, to see how viable your actions are, whatever you have implemented right now. Okay, and if it is giving you good positive result, you will act on it, you will make it into a standard. Okay, if it does not give you the results as expected, you will go back to the planning stage to find more solutions. Okay, so this is how the plan, do, check, act works. Okay, next is Kaizen. Kaizen, the word meaning of Kaizen itself is continuous improvement. Okay, change for better or continuous improvement. That's a Japanese term. Okay, and Kaizen is also a Japanese philosophy, it's a business philosophy. You can't show an element called Kaizen. It is a philosophy and you work based on this philosophy. Okay. And this philosophy is regarding the processes that continuously improve operations, and it has to involve all employees. When you talk about Kaizen, Kaizen is about all employees from the top management to the lower level management, operational management. Each and every employee should be involved in the Kaizen process. Okay. So Kaizen is a Japanese term meaning change for the better or continuous improvement. And it is also Japanese business philosophy that concerns the process that continuously improve the operations of all employees. And Kaizen also sees improvement in productivity as a gradual and methodological process. It's not, no rush is there. There is no rush. Take as much as of time required, but each and every day do something or change something for better. That is Kaizen. Okay. And it supports change from any employee at any time. It supports if the employee, even if it is from an operational level manager, he or she has an idea to change something in the office. Okay, the Kaizen philosophy supports it. Okay. Small changes can also involve quality control, just in time delivery, standardized work, use of the efficient equipment, okay, and the elimination of waste. They all come under Kaizen. Next is Kaizen Blitz. Same, the philosophy remains the same, okay, but the timing here is little bit different, okay. It is more focused and it is more short term, okay. Kaizen, when you talk just about Kaizen, it could be a long term process. And everyone from top level employees to the operation level employees are involved. But in Kaizen Blitz, continuous improvement, that element is same. Okay. But it is a short term project. And it is a focused project, just one thing at a time. One thing, one small change at a time. That is Kaizen Blitz. Okay. For example, training somebody, training on an individual. Okay. And after training, analysis, seeing that whatever training you have given, did they understand it? Okay. Designing something new, rearranging your shelf, rearranging a product line, or even a small space in your office, you're rearranging it, pushing the table somewhere, chair somewhere, okay, so that the ease of work is enhanced. Okay, so the process and value stream mapping are also done here. They are the important tools here. Okay, and the Kaizen event, it usually takes at least 2 to 10 days. Within 2 to 10 days, a Kaizen project has to be done. Okay, it's not a long term project, it's a very short term project. So that is Kaizen Blitz. And sometimes it is also called as a Kaizen event. Okay, quickly implement and recognize solution effectively. That is what we do. Trial and error approaches can also come here. Use simple tools and processes, and it encourages collaboration between the employees, encourages high level of commitment towards the job. It also highlights quick decision making, implementing feasible solution, because you can't fund a lot. Okay, you can't drain your funds just by implementing Kaizen Blitz. Okay, so big funds are not required here, feasible solutions are used here. So that is Kaizen Blitz. Is it clear to all? Next you have is the 5 why technique. Okay, the whys are questions. This is an interrogative technique. Okay, 5 why technique or 5 why analysis. Getting to the root cause, that is the motto of it. Whenever a problem occurs, okay, you drill it down to the root cause by asking why 5 times. Why did it happen? Why were you late? Okay, for example, let's say the problem was with the lift. Okay, lift dysfunctioned in a hospital. Okay, you will ask the question, why did the lift dysfunction? Maybe they say that the maintenance was not done. Why the maintenance was not done? Duty roster was not maintained. Maintenance duty roster was not maintained. Why the maintenance duty roster was not maintained? The staffs changed. Why the staffs changed? Okay, like that. So you will ask questions 5 times. Why? You will find the root cause of the problem. Okay. So this is the 5 why technique. So it's a very simple technique to troubleshoot any issues that are coming along the way. Okay, and to find uncovering the root cause of a problem, even for problem solving, quality improvement, 5 why technique can be used. Start with the problem and ask why it is occurring. Okay, make sure your answer is grounded in fact, and then ask the question again and again. Okay, answers should be factual. Okay, it should not be what the person thinks. Continue the process until you reach the root cause of the problem and you can identify the countermeasure, and that will prevent it from reoccurring. Okay, bear in mind that this questioning process is best suited to simple or moderately difficult problems. Complex problems will benefit from more detailed approach. Okay, this is to cure simple problems. Okay, next you have the 5S technique. Don't get confused with the 5Y technique and 5S technique. So again, 5S technique also comes from a Japanese philosophy. S, the first S is sought. In Japanese, the term used is savory. Okay, so here you will identify items that are not at all required. Okay, no longer required or not at all required. Okay, that is savory or sought. Okay, first you have a dump of items that half of them will be used in the future, other half will is no longer required. Okay, so when you sort them out, what is required, what is not required, and you red tag them, things you will, as soon as you go around and see things that are no longer required, you put a red tag on them. Okay, and all the red tagged items will be removed, they will be thrown into junk, or they will be used for they will be given to some other department. Okay, things that cannot be used by anyone else will be thrown into the rubbish. Okay, like that. The main thing of sort is get rid of the things not used by your department, out of the department anywhere to other department where they can use it, or uh, to the maintenance department where they can scrape it. Okay, wherever it is required, but red tag it and get rid of the things that you don't use. So keep only necessary items in the workplace. That is the first pillar. Next is set in order. Seiton is the Japanese word for it. Okay, in set in order, now you are left with things that only you require. Okay, so so how do you keep those things in a specific order so that whenever somebody else comes here, okay, somebody else comes in your place, they also follow the same order. So arrange items in such a way that it is repeated again and again. The arrangement of the items won't change. Once you set it in order, you categorize them and put a place for every item. Every item has a place, and every item should be in that place. That should be the motto. Okay, so when every items are given a proper space and shelf, okay, or area, it should be in that area again and again. Whoever uses it, and when they keeps it back, it should be in that area. Okay, so that's how you arrange the items to make sure you are promoting efficient workflow. Then shine. Clean the workplace in such a way that it is always neat and shiny. Always declutter the workplace. Okay, it should look clean, organized as soon as somebody enters. Okay, any malfunctions, if you notice any leak, vibrations, breakages, misalignments, if you see in your workplace, correct it as soon as possible. These changes has to be fixed. Don't leave it unattended. Okay, all small minute detailings and changes, okay, which requires small maintenance here and there, should be fixed. And then you have standardize. Standardize is once everything is fixed, once all the first three S's have been implemented, these first three S's should be again and again repeated by everyone else. That is standardize. So this is the method to maintain the first three pillars. That is sort, set in order, and shine. To maintain these three pillars, standardize will come into play. Okay. So it comes under assigning job responsibilities, okay, integrating FIS duties into regular work time, okay, checking the maintenance of FISs on a regular basis. So in doing all these things, you are maintaining the first three pillars. Okay, you are putting somebody in charge who can make sure that all these three S's, the first three S's, are always being recognized and they are functional and they are being carried forward. Then you systemize it or sustain it. In some words, they use systemize, in some words, they use sustain. Okay, here, making it a habit. Okay, making these standards a habit of doing things in your department. That's how you can sustain the 5S. If it is not a habit, if the 5S system is not a habit, it is difficult to maintain a good workplace. So, this is the 5S technique. Then you have Six Sigma in brief. So Six Sigma is a set of techniques, tools, and for process improvement. We have a Six Sigma course as well. So Six Sigma, it is defined as a method with which an organization can use specific tools to improve the capability of the business processes. Okay, that is Six Sigma. And Six Sigma quality is generally used to indicate a process that is so well controlled, okay, that the defects that you see out of that process is less than 0.0001%. Okay, so 99.999% of the times all the two products or processes coming out of a Six Sigma quality are free of defects. Okay, so Six Sigma always emphasizes on reducing manufacturing defects to a level of no more than 3.4 occurrences per million units or events. Okay, that is Six Sigma. So the first phase of Six Sigma is define phase. So in define phase, you define the problem. Okay, DMAC is the main is one of the main tools used in Six Sigma. So define D in the DMAC stands for define. So define the problem. First, you should know what is the problem. Only then you can go and find a solution for it. So solve one problem at a time. Identify the main problem, define it, put it into a proper statement that everyone can understand. Okay, this is our problem, like that. Define a problem. And when the problem is clear, when you understand a problem, half of the work is done. Understanding an issue, you will half of your work will be done. Okay, so define the problem. That is the first step. Then measure right now what is happening, whatever data you can collect regarding that problem right now, as of now, current situation. Okay, you put it into numbers, quantify the problem. Out of 100 times we are giving medication to the patient, 3 to 4 times we are giving wrong medications. Okay, so 100, 3 by 100, we are quantifying the problem, we are putting problem into numbers. So only you can only do it only by data collection. You have to go out there in the field, collect information, collect facts, collect data. Only then you can put a number on it. That is measure. Then analyze. Once you have all the numbers, all the data, you will sit down, study it. You will try to find solutions. Okay, that is the analyze phase. Identify the cause of the problem. Why did this thing happen? Why are we getting so many medication errors? Okay, you sit and try to answer the why. You question people. Okay, you do 5S, 5Y technique, cause and effect diagram, brainstorming. All these things will be done here in the analyze phase. Okay, to find the solution. And once you have the solution in the analyze phase, you can't just, the problem doesn't end it. The solution has to be put into action. So improvement phase. Whatever solution you have found out, which you think is the best suited one, you implement it. You put it into action. That is the improve phase. Okay. And after putting the solution also, your work is not done. because you have to see the solution that you have brought, will it give the desired results? So that is the control phase to maintain a solution. Okay. So is Six Sigma clear to all? Next, we have the lean model. The lean business model is a strategy that streamlines processes to rapidly address the customer requirements. Okay, in lean model, identify what is a waste, take away the waste, eliminate the waste. Okay, your process, your business will become more efficient. You will save a lot of money, resources, skills, talent, time by eliminating as much as of waste as possible. And what is this waste? Okay, wastes are things that don't give you any value. Wastes are things or items or people as well who don't give any value to your organization, or they don't give any value to the process, that are wastes. There are types of waste. Okay. The first waste is waiting time, idle time. When a client comes to you for a service or a product, they have to wait for hours together. A lot of time, the time just the time is wasted just to get a service done or a product done. Okay. Or even within the business, okay, department A has to wait for 5 hours for the response of department D. Okay. So that is waiting time. That is a waste. Motion waste, movement of people, okay, to get one signature and to give it to the patient that you can be discharged. To get one signature, the staff has to go to 3 different floors. The staff has to go to 5 different departments, get the signature done, no dues done. Only then they can discharge the patient. So it's a motion based. Okay, a staff sitting at it at their own department uh, in that minute. Okay, it takes a staff 1 or 2 hours to go to all floor, meet all the required staffs, get their signatures done, wait for them, get the signatures done, come back to the ward and discharge the patient. It may take 2 hours or so maximum. But if the staff could stay in their department, they could have accomplished 2 or 3 other discharges at the same time. Okay, so you have to save the motion waste. You do not have to allow the staff to roam here and there and waste time in motion. Instead of that, sitting in one place, job should be done. That is motion based. Okay, overproduction, demand versus supply. Supply is too much, demand is too less. So wastage of your products or services, you are wasting a lot of products and services because you are overproducing it and nobody is there to buy it off. It stays in your hospital or it stays in your inventory, and it uh, it disintegrates over time. Okay, if it is a product or something. And then you have over processing, collecting the same data, same information again and again and again. When the patient, for example, when the patient enters the hospital for the first time at reception, you took all their contact details. You direct the patient to an OPD department. In the OPD department, also, you're collecting all the contact details again and again. So you're wasting the patient's time. You're collecting the same thing again and again. You're filling up your resources. Okay. That is over processing. Okay. Then we have untapped human potential. You may have skilled staff, very good, very well skilled staff, but you're not using them to their best potential. That is untapped human potential. Okay. Then you have transportation, movement of articles, okay, from warehouse to hospital, and as soon as it reaches the hospital, you say the article is no longer required, you send it back. That is transportation waste. Okay. Then you have defects. Defects is when you produce something and it is not of a good quality, it is not of a desired quality. In medical field, medication errors, wrong surgery, giving wrong medications, Okay, they all come under the defects category. And then inventory, your inventory is filled up with items that are obsolete, no longer required. Items that is no longer required, but it is filled up in your inventory. It is filled up in your um, inventory, and it is taking up the space. Okay, obsolete things no longer required is taking up your space. Okay, so these are the different types of waste. Is it clear to all regarding today's session?